we're going to generate some output that looks like this. We did this program just a little while ago, but we didn't include line numbering to the left of each item that was outputted. So we're going to do that now. We create a script. What kind of script? JavaScript. And we create a new array, assign it the values France, USA, and Japan, which is the 0th, 1th, and 2th element respectively. And we assign this new array, we assign that to the L variable. Now I tell the system to write something to the web document. Now I put this down on the next line. I don't put it on one line. I put it on the next line so that you can see it all on one screen and I don't have to scroll. I do this to make it easier for you to see. So I write to the web document the following: an underscore tag plus, I'm concatenating it with gold medal champs, plus end of underscore tag. So gold medal champs gets underscored, as you can see here. The next thing I do is I write to my web document carriage return line feed. What does that do? It knocks the system down to the next line, so any printing now occurs on the next line, rather than over here to the right of gold medal champs. Okay. Next thing that happens, I create a variable called I and I assign it the value of 0. That's called initializing it with 0. Now I do all the following while this condition is true, while I is less than the length of the L array structure. The length of that structure is 3. L is now I is now 0. L length is 3, I is 0. It jumps right down here and processing begins. Write to the web document the following: open close parens. Now within that I have another open close parens. I'm performing some mathematical operation. I is 0, I add 1 to it, I get 1. I string that together with a period and a space. And then there's no new line character, no carriage return line feed. Wow. The next thing I do, well, what does that look like? That looks like 1 period and a space. So now the system is right here waiting. The rest of this has not been printed out yet. Okie dokie. Now what happens? Whoa, where did that go? Get back up there. There we go. This is the guy who should go away. All right, here we go. Oh, I did it again. Good. One more time. There we go. It's only 2 strikes. So I got I, 0 plus 1, that's 1, plus a period, plus a space. What's the next thing I do? Now I tell the system to write to the web document L sub I, the ith element, the 0th element, because I is still 0. I didn't assign 1 to I just added 1 to I up here. Over here, I is still 0. Well, the 0th element is France. So France, and a carriage return line feed, and then I increment the I operator from 0 to 1. Now it jumps back up here and says I is 1. Is that less than 3? Yes, it is. Processing begins again. We write to the web document the following: I, which is 1, plus 1, that's 2. Plus a period, plus a space. What does that look like? That looks like this. 2, period, and a space. Huh. Okay. Now what happens? Now I write to the web document L sub I, which is USA, because I is equal to 1, 0th element, 1th element. So USA gets printed out plus carriage return line feed. And then I increment I. What does that look like now so far? Now I've got USA. It says 2 period USA, and I hit the carriage return line feed. I'm right over here before the 3. This has not been printed out yet. So I'm right over here. Now what happens? I was incremented from 1 to 2 now. I jump up here. Is 2 less than length of L? 3. Yes, it is. Jumps down here and writes to the web document I plus 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. Plus a period and a space. What gets printed out? 3. Period and a space. Wow. Now what happens? Now the document writes, we write to the web document L sub I. Well, that's I is 2. Japan, 0, 1, and 2. The 2th element gets printed out, Japan, plus a carriage return line feed. And then I gets incremented. What does that look like now? It looks like this, 3 period space Japan. Now the system turns around, jumps up here. I is 2. 2 plus 1. Plus 1, it's now 3. Is 3 less than 3? No, it is not. 3 equals 3. Processing here stops. It's discontinued, and processing begins at the line following the point of departure, which would be here, but that's also the end of our code. So all processing ceases. And that's our program. What does it look like? This. And let's refresh that so you can see that. Be sure. And there it is, gold medal champs. 1, France, 2, USA, 3, and Japan. There we go. Well, that's enough for now, and that's all I have to say. This is George Boole. Bye-bye.